Hello everybody. Have you ever been stuck on an idea? Like really stuck? Maybe you're trying to draw something, write anything, or do anything creative for that matter, and your brain is just empty, blank even. Yeah, I also went through this last week. At that period of time, I was trying to make a 3D model out of cardboard and paper. I do this a lot, so I was a bit prepared for it. And I knew these things took time and patience. But most of all, they took creativity. And unfortunately for me at that time, I had hit a thinking block. So I didn't know what to make at all. So I was nagging and searching for my brain for even a drop of creativity which I could make into that model. And all the while that was happening, I was sitting down on my bed, thinking for 30 minutes straight. And you know what I got out of that? Nothing. Nothing at all. So, as the next step, I asked ChatGPT to generate me 3D models made from cardboard and paper. And in a fraction of a second, I had exactly what I asked for. 3D models made from cardboard and paper. And now you might think this problem is fine, everything's solved. Well, right? Not exactly. Because here's something I noticed. Even though the designs and ideas were good, creative and stylish even, and they used right colors, shapes and everything like that, they felt empty. They didn't try anything new, they didn't experiment with different concepts, and they didn't try to go bigger than what was already there. They felt average, safe, forgettable even. And that's what AI can sometimes feel like. But here's the main question I want to talk about and ask to you all. If AI can do my artwork, as I just showed right now, write books and compose music even and program, then what happens to our own creativity and skills in those areas? Is AI helping us think better or thinking for us? Before I go into that, what even is AI? AI is a short form of artificial intelligence, and it is when a computer program is fed or trained on data to do a single task autonomously without any specific programming or human input. One of the largest and most famous examples of this is ChatGPT, a LLM, a large language model, which is primarily used for talking to each other, making photos, images, videos, programming even, and a lot more. And the database ChatGPT use is in the thousands, maybe even bigger than that. And so to find the most relevant and information that the user wants, it takes the most frequent information from the user's keywords in its prompt. And so it usually takes the most frequent information from that and might even take some other information to create variety in its prompt. But then the rest gets left behind. It's almost like a pattern, isn't it? It first takes the most, then some things, and leaves the rest to be discarded. But here's the thing with patterns like these. They give you what's most common. They give you what most people would say, stitched together into a quote-unquote new way. But real creativity is when you have an idea that no one has ever thought of before. Let me show you an interesting experiment I did. So, I gave the same challenge to an AI and to a person, my friend, to make something, anything, out of a pencil and a stick. These are very rudimentary materials, very basic. And so making these two things would be quite a challenge. And first, here's what the AI said. A wind draw machine, a stick attached to a pencil by a string. The string and pencil sway in the air by the wind, drawing random patterns on paper. Now this is very advanced, very technical. And now here's what the human said. A stick buddy, a simple toy made from a stick, where kids can draw faces on it, turn into their own little character. Very basic, not the most advanced piece of art ever made. But there's a clear distinction between the two. And that one clear distinction gives the human idea much more meaning and emotion than the AI idea. Since the AI idea is creative, but it's creative in a technical way. It's advanced, but doesn't really hold any emotions and meaning to it. But the human idea, it's more personal. It has meaning to it, it has emotions, it has a story attached to it. And that's the key difference between AI and human ideas. AI just gives you ideas. But those ideas don't have any real emotion or feelings until a human gives them meaning. But after saying all of this, that you are more creative than AI and things like that, you might be thinking, why even use AI in creative processes at all? If I'm so much more better than it, then is it really useful in those areas? Actually, it is, as it can help you overcome thinking blocks, one of the biggest problems in art and creativity in general, where you don't know what to do and you're just stuck on one page. And there are two main ways it can help you overcome these thinking blocks. The first and the lesser way is by suggesting on your already existing ideas. It can do this by suggesting improvements or adding new things to your idea altogether to make it better. But now the second and more better way it can help you overcome a thinking block is by suggesting you new ideas. Even though I've said AI takes the most common ideas in its database, it also takes some oddities. So sometimes you might be struck with a lightning in a bottle idea, unlike me last week. But with these benefits, there also come drawbacks to using AI for your creativity. For starters, and not really the most dangerous drawback here, is that some prompts might start to feel the same. Since AI takes from the most common things, it might mix up some prompts in ways or two. To make this clear, I'll give you an example. Imagine one person in America and one person in Japan. These two are very far from each other, and yet they type a similar or almost the same sentence. Give me an informational essay about healthcare. Now AI taking the most frequent information within all of it generates a very similar essay with same hooks, same stories and everything like that. Now this isn't really that big of a problem, but if you want each of your ideas to be unique to yourself, then AI might not really be the best way to do it. But now the second and the actual dangerous problem which arises from using AI for creativity is that if you use it too much in day-to-day tasks, you might stop thinking for yourself. Since you use AI for that one task repeatedly, your brain thinks, why even use any energy or power to do it if AI can just do it for me? So your skills and creativity in that area start to go down rapidly. And if you use it in every single task, in your every single day-to-day life, then your entire skill set and creativity might go down as a whole and eventually fade away. Sorry. And as I was also saying, it might also fade away. But there's also some things with AI. As I said before, it can also help you, but also comes with drawbacks. So it's really about how you choose to use AI. Since if you use it in the right way, it might give you some help in your creative processes, but it might also not. And it's really just a tool, like a pencil. A pencil helps you draw, right? But does it decide what you create? No, not at all. That part is still up to you. And same with AI. You guide AI, so you can make something by yourself. And the AI doesn't guide you in that area. So really, what am I trying to say here? What's the main point I want you to take away from my talk? The main point I want you to take away from my talk is that AI should help your creativity, not replace it. Because your ideas, your imagination, your thinking, your skills are something AI can never replace. So the next time you use an AI, ask yourself this: am I using this to think more or to think less? Because in the end, it's not about how smart the AI becomes, it's about how smart we choose to be, about how smart we make our choices to be. Thank you.